This is episode 5 of our podcast that we're talking about Star Wars today. I don't know why everything's in the same key. Hello. Hello, we're back. Welcome to episode 5. This is our big Star Wars episode.
This is our Empire Strikes Back podcast. Well, because that's episode 5.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So we don't. Yeah, we're not just. This isn't just a podcast about.
We're not talking
Empire.
about. Well, we could. Well, we might. You know, it's Star Wars.
We may well. We may well do that.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But yeah, this is our Star Wars chat.
Yeah, because you know we all need more Star Wars content. In our lives because it's fucking Star Wars is fucking great.
Star Wars is Star Wars.
Maybe not so much at the minute, but that's kind of what we're going to talk about. Part of the chat today. That's what we're going to talk about. Beautiful. So I am, of course, Harry.
And I am, of course, not Tom.
Okay, that didn't work. But all right, I'm Tom.
I'm Harry.
And here we go.
Let's talk some Star Wars.
Cool.
So where are we starting? Films, TV? What's the deal?
So, well, I'd say we've kind of been talking about some of the fallout from, the news from San Diego Comic-Con sort of last weekend.
Right.
So I know you haven't seen these yet. There was some of the pictures from one of the new or the next kind of upcoming Star Wars show, which is Skeleton Crew.
Exciting, yeah.
So Harry has not actually seen these pictures yet.
I saw we got a release date. Is it the 3rd of December?
I think so.
Sometime. I think it's sometime in December this year. So.
I'm going to show you. So there's 4 pictures we got.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm just going to kind of show you now.
And I will just describe them. So
that's one.
Are these all behind the scenes pictures?
No, that is I think an actual shot.
Okay, it's like a elephant creature.
Yeah, I'll put these pictures up so you can see what Harry's seeing.
Not much going on, but looks great. Is that Jude Law there?
Yeah, Jude Law. So he's playing a Jedi in this, and then he has a gang.
Okay, that's a cool picture. That's quite adventure-y, Indiana Jonesy. I like that.
Yeah,
that's quite fun.
Sort of a gang of kids with him.
Yeah.
And then this is one where they're on a speeder bike.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's fun.
Apparently, this is supposed to be
not the most exciting live reaction, but yeah.
I know. He likes it, guys. He likes it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a fan. And then there's just one of Jude Law. Which is just Jude Law.
That is Jude Law, yeah.
Yep, I can confirm. Cool. So that's that basically.
Well, I can't wait.
Next topic. But apparently it's going to be like the Goonies.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. Basically, I think it's these kids that basically just get lost in the Star Wars galaxy, and I think the Jedi finds them and leads them. The journey of the show is them getting back to where they come from.
I think
sounds fun.
Yeah, I think this could be quite fun, and it's set during the time of the Mandalorian as well, which is interesting.
It's very different to. I think tonally it should be quite a fun, as you say, Goonies. Quite a fun sort of sweet, almost like mid-90s kind of fun family adventure kind of film.
And it also means if it's shit and they get a series 2, they can just stick the Mandalorian in to get people to watch it.
Everyone will love it, yeah.
Because they haven't done that before.
No, they haven't.
Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett.
Terrible coffee you got there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, cool. I think it'll be fun.
I'll wait for the trailer to get my full opinion. But no, as for now, what we know about it, I think it sounds cool.
Yeah. I'm definitely intrigued by it.
Yeah.
So I know you haven't finished The Acolyte as well.
Yes,
that's why we're kind of sticking on to TV stuff.
Yeah.
Overall, like I say, I have got a spoiler review, which I actually kind of admit I didn't really go that much into spoilers in it. So I will kind of discuss some spoilery stuff here. Harry already knows; he doesn't really care.
I don't care.
He doesn't give a shit. So we can talk about it.
No, I think I've seen the first 2 episodes, first 2 so far. I mean, it was fine, but it just didn't grip me. I'll be honest.
It does get better.
I think I've kind of stopped at the worst point. I think.
Yeah, I think was it episode 5 is fucking great.
That's good. Yeah,
it is really cool. Episode 5, and I personally quite like the finale as well. Mm-hmm. Overall, again, it's not perfect. It's there's definitely things I didn't like about it, but overall, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I would be up for a series 2.
Yeah,
I would. If they fixed some of the problems that series 1 had, I would 100% be up for series 2.
I think they kind of end it the way it wraps up is kind of aimed to be that.
Yeah.
Sort of it sets it up for it's very cliffhanger endy from what I've seen.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely opens itself up for a series 2, I think, and but they also it could also be like a one and done thing. So the way they do it is kind of so if it doesn't get a series 2, then you kind of it kind of rounds off this story that they're trying to tell. But of course, the big kind of thing that everyone's talking about is Darth Plagueis being in it.
Yeah. Nice reveal.
I'll be completely honest. I am a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm not that knowledgeable about Plagueis, if I'm being honest. So
you don't know the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Well, I know the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
You do know the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
But that's kind of all I know, if I'm honest. So, because he was he in some of the games as well?
Oh, I have fucking no idea. I was just trying to make a cheap Revenge of the Sith joke.
Okay, well, no, it wasn't. Hey, mate, I loved it. It wasn't lost on me.
Yeah, good.
You know.
I got one fan. That's good.
You got one fan. So look, like I say, so I know that's probably like a sacrilegious thing to say about, that I'm not like, super knowledgeable at Plagueis.
Shot down for that. But.
So I thought it was cool to see him pop up.
Yeah.
Although I think having him just appear out of the shadows, like looking like a
Nosferatu in SpongeBob.
Yeah, or say like Squidward's fucking like older, like angrier brother.
Yeah.
Like maybe wasn't the best place to do it. But I'm intrigued. I was interested to see. And also there's a theory that Plagueis actually created
Palpatine?
No, he created May and Osha in the show.
Oh, okay.
So they weren't actually created by, so that's how they came to be,
right.
Which kind of would solve some of the issues. I know a lot of, obviously, people had like with the witches and the coven thing, right, where they created, so it wasn't actually like this kind of, magic shit. It was,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's quite kind of interesting. That's why he was there, because he's basically been watching them from afar.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Which, so yeah, I think, there's definitely things you can do there. Yoda pops up at the very end as well.
He does, yeah. You just see his little head.
Yep. So yeah,
cool.
So there's, see his little head. So I mean, again, if you're going to introduce Yoda, like, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Bring him in. I guess, you need to kind of bring in some of the big guns sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, I think what will probably help is once I actually watch it myself, I'll then be able to kind of get a full opinion on it. But I think what I saw of it, I couldn't quite get into. But then, parts of it I did like. Episode 1, I thought was good. I did enjoy that. But episode 2 is just kind of where it lost me, and I just unfortunately just sort of stopped watching it at that point. All my enthusiasm for it was gone, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
But as you said, like, it does get better from kind of where I've stopped. So
yeah, as I say, it definitely takes a few episodes to get going, but from series 5 onwards is, and like.
Did you just say series 5?
Sorry, episode 5. Yeah,
I was gonna say
that's it. I was just
I haven't even had series 2 yet,
making sure you're paying attention.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I've had my Weetabix.
Yeah, and I loved like Master Soul as well. I thought was really
Which one's that?
He's like the main Jedi.
Oh, yeah, he was cool. I did like him.
And yeah, I really liked him. And old Smilo Ren, I thought was
cool mask.
I thought really cool mask. Still need to pre-order my Black Series one.
Get on that. Although I know most places have sold out on that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get on that.
Hasbro Pulse might have some.
Yeah.
Look on there.
I'll have a look. But
yeah, I mean, look, once I've watched it, I think I'll be able to give you a full opinion on it. Properly. But what I saw of it, don't know, kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, obviously with Star Wars at the minute, like, again, like a lot of things at the minute, it's it's very hit and miss at the moment. So there's kind of obviously things that I wish they would stop doing, things I wish they would do more of. It's never gonna, you're never gonna please everyone. But ultimately, I just want them to tell good stories.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's 100% what it's about, and that's all I want from Star Wars is just, I just want to just kind of be lost in the galaxy far, far away again.
That's it.
I just want to, because there's so much wonder and joy like attached to Star Wars, like whether it's like the original trilogy or the prequels, and like I say, The Force Awakens is like generally a really great Star Wars film. Like, I know it's like basically just remaking A New Hope, but that was such a great jumping off point for a new trilogy.
Controversial opinion.
Yeah.
That is my favourite Star Wars film. The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It's my
cool.
holy grail.
Yep, that's
my
cool.
bread and butter. Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. But yeah, like, I totally can see why like you would feel that way.
Yep.
And like I just feel like the sequel trilogy was just such again like we said in our DC episode, like the DCEU was such a just wasted potential and opportunity.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the sequel trilogy was. It baffles me that you have, people that get paid fucking millions to write these things, and none of them could come up with a cohesive like fucking idea or a story for 3 movies. Like, it's fucking Star Wars. Like, how do you not have like a plan for Star Wars? Like, how do you not know like what you're going to do with these movies?
They all feel very different. All the films are supposed to be a part of the same story.
Yeah.
And yet you had one director. Okay, you had Rian Johnson for the second film. That film, god awful. Some parts of it are alright, but overall not great. And then you bring in J.J. Abrams again to tell his story. But the problem with The Rise of Skywalker, and as much as I do love it, his film feels like the continuation of a middle part that we never saw.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't ever feel fitted. And I think one of the biggest problems I have with the sequel trilogy personally is you bring back Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford, and the three of them never have a fucking scene together.
100%, yeah. What, again, wasted potential.
What the fuck are you doing?
Why do it? Like, you've got Force Awakens, and then you've got, great starting off point, but then you've got The Last Jedi, which is like retconning parts of that film.
Yeah.
And then you've got Rise of Skywalker, which is retconning parts of The Last Jedi. So it's like, it's like, why was nobody... it's a bit like the Fox X-Men movies.
Yeah.
None of the fucking directors that, there's like so many like continuity errors and issues and plot holes like throughout all of those movies where things don't add up, things happen in one movie and you think, well, that couldn't have happened because this character shouldn't even have been around yet because of this movie. And it's like, oh yeah, we just didn't really think about that or didn't really talk to each other about that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the sequel trilogy was.
That's exactly what it was. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity,
like the best way to describe it.
Yeah, like I mean, don't get me wrong. I still, I can watch those films. I can, get something out of them. I can enjoy them. I don't think they're like absolutely horrendous. Like there's still things I enjoy about them, but I just find them really disappointing. So I just hope that, like with this Rey movie that we're getting,
I was going to say, well, let's delve into the films then. Let's have a good chat about the films.
So I'm really genuinely,
yeah,
I am actually really excited about the Rey movie.
Me too. It's my most anticipated Star Wars film.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for it. I am a big fan of Rey anyway. I think she's a great character. I do love her in the films in the sequel trilogy, and I'm just very excited to see where her story goes. It was one of those films where, given the kind of reception of that trilogy, I didn't think we were necessarily going to see her story continue as of yet.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that she has been given another opportunity.
Yeah,
because I want to see where her story goes after.
Yeah, that's where my excitement is. So when I say I'm excited about the Rey movie, I just really want them to hopefully just fix a lot of the issues that I think we all, majority of fans had with the sequel trilogy. Yeah. I've heard that apparently John Boyega's up for coming back as Finn.
Yeah, I know Daisy Ridley really wants it.
And if he comes back, for fuck's sake, make him a Jedi.
Please make him a Jedi.
For fuck's sake, he's Force sensitive. Just address that, establish that.
There's the concept art of what he'd look like as a Jedi. He looked fucking incredible.
Yeah, and just please do not make him just only be there to scream Rey over and over again.
Yeah.
Just give him something to do because he's such a great character, and
I'd love him and Rey to be working together, like teaching Jedi.
Yeah, I would love that. And you got like Grogu as well. You could, because you've got the Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming. You could kind of, set it up maybe where, imagine if because obviously Grogu would be older by that point.
He's being taught by Rey.
Yeah, or I was gonna say maybe if he's older, he might be teaching students himself, like Padawans himself. So,
I'd love it.
So imagine a movie where you've got Rey and Finn and Grogu as these like Jedi masters.
I can't.
Like, how cool would that be?
That would be incredible.
Like, what?
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, that would just be awesome. Like, I would fucking love to see that. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Needs to happen. That needs to happen. That's a phenomenal idea. I love that.
Well, thank you very much.
Huge fan of that.
And if you listen in Lucasfilm, I am available. If you want to bring me on for writing any ideas or helping you guys out, I'm totally down for that.
I'm also available. I've got ideas, but if you don't like them, I can also make a good cup of tea.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, look,
either way, we're both available.
But yeah, that's what we're trying to get out here.
But the Rey film, I just think, and that's what, 2026, is it?
I think so.
Something like that.
So again, that's they're going to be starting
relatively
soon.
Very excited for that.
And not much is really known about that at this
point.
Don't
think so. I know rumours about the villain being played by Idris Elba. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, that was a rumour sometime
I'll
last
be down
year.
For that.
Yeah, that could be cool.
But again, I just without getting into it too deep, there are things that I hope aren't kind of. I hope this just isn't going to be a case of trying to force certain things on everyone again. It's just all, because that's where you lose people. That's where you piss people off.
Absolutely.
Just tell fucking stories. Just tell good stories. We want to see.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of
that's all we can ask for in film.
Yeah.
Just tell a good story.
That's it. Yeah.
What other films have we got? We've got the Dawn of the Jedi film coming as well. I feel really bad because I'm like a Star Wars fan. I don't know. This was the things that was announced at Celebration last year. So we've got the Rey movie.
Yeah, because it's not like we went to that at all.
I know we went. This is so funny. We went to Star Wars Celebration. We didn't go to the actual. We didn't get into that main part of the.
Because that was on the Saturday, wasn't it? I think.
No, it was there the day.
It was the Friday. We went on the Friday.
It was the day. Yeah.
I do actually have a video. Just a little plug. I will.
You love plugging stuff, don't you?
yeah, I mean, it's my channel, mate. So I will just plug shit. That's kind of what I do. So, but yeah. So if you guys want to kind of see what we did, then that's there for you. So yeah. But yeah, like tell me about the Dawn of the Jedi.
Yeah, so the Dawn of the Jedi, which I believe is being directed by James Mangold.
Oh,
I believe.
okay.
Have you honestly not heard about this at all? Oh yeah, I was telling the story about Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, so we were at Star Wars Celebration last year. We were there all day. Didn't get into the main panel, but we were there, soaking up the atmosphere. And we were there
checking out the merch.
Yeah, checking out the merch. And my God, was there a lot of cool stuff there. We saw like the live bit that they broadcast on their YouTube channel of like the them standing on the stage.
Yeah, we were there for like the interview and stuff.
and they mentioned that 3 new films had been announced, and they announced like who was going to be in them and stuff. But they didn't, or who was directing them, sorry, but they didn't actually say about the Daisy Ridley film that she was going to be in it. So it wasn't until we actually came out of the building, bearing in mind we'd been at Star Wars Celebration all day, it wasn't until we came out that we went online and we actually found out more information online than we did actually being at the event. We just didn't hear anybody talk about it at all during the day, which was crazy.
That was kind of crazy. Like
we knew nothing about the Rey film.
Yeah, like it was really cool. Like, we got to see like the Ahsoka trailer, like the first trailer for Ahsoka. Like we were there,
we were there when
it with a crowd of a few thousand people, which is really cool.
The Indiana Jones trailer, they had that as well,
which is cool.
What else did they have?
There's like I think
that was it for
that
trailers.
Was kind of it, I think.
But they brought out like the cast of the Acolyte.
Yeah, and we got to see like one of the Mandalorian panels.
Yeah, that
was
wicked.
Which was really cool. Yeah, sort of cast interviews and that.
But yeah, no, they announced the 3 films at that. So there was the James Mangold film, which is basically set during, I think it's way before the Acolyte. It's basically about the beginning days of the Jedi.
Oh, okay. See, that sounds awesome.
It's been described as a biblical epic, is how it's been described.
Okay, cool.
So basically, I would imagine something like, God, what films are biblical? Shrek? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's not. Shrek and Star
so like,
Wars.
I guess you got something like Ben-Hur.
Yeah, Ben-Hur, that's what I meant.
Close.
Easy mistake to make.
Yeah. I know what you were getting at.
You can see why I said
Shrek.
Yeah,
exactly. You can see the parallels.
Easily done. Ben-Hur meets Star Wars, basically.
Okay, cool.
So that could be interesting.
I'm definitely down for that. Like, I'd say, like, I am excited for Star Wars. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff coming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just hope that they've learned from the previous mistakes, the last few years, because Book of Boba Fett was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Ahsoka was a disappointment for me.
I mean,
overall,
I think my problem was they just took way too long. The point of the show was getting to Ezra and Thrawn, and then when they got there, that was kind of like the last episode. So the last episode was fun from that perspective, but then the way it ended, it was
just so anticlimactic, I thought.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Do you know what I mean?
It was a lot of build up, and then it just sort of fell quite flat.
That's kind of how I feel about a lot of these Star Wars shows. Is that they, it's like I say, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka,
Mando series 3.
Yeah,
I did like the last episode a lot, but
again, it was like
as a series, it wasn't great.
It was like the series, up to that point was just very like, where's this going? There was that whole episode with the scientist. You remember like the
oh Christ, I forgot about that.
And it's like, awful. Where the fuck did that go? Like, what did that build? What was the relevance of that? Like, it didn't build to anything. Like, all it did was establish that I can't remember her name, but that woman who was just all right, she's a bad guy. Yeah, well, we kind of guessed that anyway.
Yeah,
and it's like, and there was the fucking episode with Jack Black and fucking what's her face?
I want to say begins with an L.
Lizzo.
Lizzo, that's it.
Yeah. I was going to say Lizzo, but he used to present news rounds.
Lizzo Mizimbo. Oh, what a legend he is.
What a legend.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, again, what was the point of that? Like, total fucking waste of time. And like, it was cool to see Christopher Lloyd pop up, but again, like,
oh yeah.
But again, it's just stupid.
This didn't mean anything. Yeah, that meant nothing.
And again, the whole series just ultimately just felt anticlimactic and just pointless. And you just feel like there's just a lot of this Star Wars stuff now where I just feel like I'm wasting my time. Even Acolyte, to a point, there were parts of that which didn't really go anywhere.
But isn't that shocking, given how phenomenal season 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian is?
Yeah.
And just how, like, it's not as though it's like a Disney issue, it's as such, but it's like they've been doing so well with the shows, and then suddenly there's just like, they were like up here, and then suddenly they just come kind of crashing down a little bit, which is just really strange. And it's not just like a one show thing, it's been quite a few shows like that, which is really shocking. I know that they've recently confirmed they're going to be doing a new animated TV series, which I think is set to be something in the vein of Clone Wars and Rebels, where it's like a continuous story set in an era. It might be fun to set that in the sequel trilogy era. Might be nice.
Yeah, I would be down for that, because I don't know if you've seen it yet, but like Tales of the Jedi I really like.
Yeah, I need to delve into that.
Tales of the Empire. Sorry. that was another disappointment.
Not as good,
I felt like there was some cool things here and there, but ultimately like it focuses on oh shit, let me just Google it because
sure,
always forgetting names.
I can sing the whole music.
Yeah, but like I mean, Tales of the Jedi was awesome because it you get there's an episode about
unique idea.
Well, there's like of course Dave Filoni, so of course how to get Ahsoka in there.
Yeah.
Which they were great episodes, but then also they focus on Count Dooku as well.
Yeah, I love that.
But kind of his kind of fall.
Yeah.
From like being a Jedi, so that was really cool, and his fall to the dark side.
Yeah.
And we got to see like the first episode was like him and like a young Qui-Gon.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like as his apprentice.
Oh, interesting.
That was really cool.
Yeah. See, now there's great ideas there, isn't there? It's just a case of how can they, because I know as it Tales of the Empire, I've yet to watch it, but weren't their stories like not as interesting in terms of characters? Or?
Yeah, well, it focuses so a name like Tales of the Empire. So it focuses on there's 6 episodes, and there's like it's basically split in half. So you get 3 episodes about one character, 3 episodes about another. So it's like a 3-episode arc.
Yeah.
So the first one, you get Morgan Elspeth. Like
who?
So she's I can't remember the actress's name, but she's in The Mandalorian. She's like the sort of the like the the like Asian woman who's like she's in Mando series 2 and then she's in Ahsoka.
I know what you mean.
No, not Boba Fett.
No, she's with Boba Fett, isn't she?
No, you're thinking of
Fennec Shan.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. Hang on, let me show you a picture. But basically, they focus on her, which I mean,
Oh, is she one of the witches?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll show you a picture.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. So focus on how she kind of becomes bad, which was that was interesting. The first episode was cool. There's a really great bit with Grievous.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of set during the sort of Clone War period.
Nice.
That was really interesting. And then the other one, the other kind of part is about Barriss Offee, who is so she's like a friend of Ahsoka, who basically betrays Ahsoka in Clone Wars. And again, so she was like a Jedi that turned to the dark side.
Okay, right. Yeah.
And again, interesting enough episodes, but nothing. I just feel like something like Tales of the Empire. I would have loved them to focus, maybe give us like some. We could have got like a Thrawn 3-part. I mean, Thrawn doesn't pop up in the Morgan Elspeth ones. But I mean, I would love to see like a Thrawn kind of 3-part thing.
Yeah.
Coming off Ahsoka, now we've got him in live action.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, obviously, a Vader thing was an obvious choice. Yeah. Even a Palpatine thing.
Yeah.
Even a Tarkin story would be interesting.
I would love it, yeah. Maybe like a Palpatine and, what's the dude's name? His master? Again?
Whose?
Palpatine's master.
Oh, Plagueis.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if they want to explore it, animation as such, but...
Yeah, just like something like that, I think would have been cool. But yeah, again, just overall, it was disappointing. I think there's going to be a 3rd series.
Are they doing another one?
I don't know if they're doing if it's going to be like Tales of the Jedi Series 2 or what, but
I mean, that's the issue, isn't it? Is there's so many incredible stories you can tell, and I feel like with a universe like Star Wars, any story is interesting theoretically, and yet somehow they're finding a way to make that not true.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just a lot of it feels kind of random, but I don't know.
There's some, I mean, some random ideas floating around. Some of these things. I think it's weird because I want them to steer away now from like, I don't think we need to. As much as I would love to see it, I don't think we need to see more about Luke Skywalker.
No,
or at least not for the time being.
No, explore something different.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to do, as I say, like something like we got what's the Wookiee called from?
Don't say Acolyte.
Yeah,
oh, Christ, I don't know.
Well, just more things like that. Like just kind of just focus on like give us like a new team of characters.
Just some, yeah. Well, that's what I like about them doing this Dawn of the Jedi film. Is it's set in an era of Star Wars we've never seen cinematically before, so it's going to naturally open up an entire different part of the galaxy that we've never explored before. It's a whole
fucking galaxy out there, like, and it just seems crazy that they always just kind of so much is focused on the same 6 characters.
Yeah, there's like the universe is so vast. There's so much of a story you can tell. There's so many characters you can tell. Even a story about like it could be an idea for the future Tales of the Jedi thing.
Yeah, like
would be something like the story from the perspective of a stormtrooper to see what it's like the daily tasks of being a stormtrooper. Even
Tales of the Empire, that would have been a great.
That's what I mean
for that.
It's kind of in the title's kind of there, isn't
it? Give us a story, like a 3-episode arc about someone who, almost kind of make the Empire seem like the good guys, where you see,
nice.
You see like the sort of Republic and the rebels are destroying a village, or it looks like they're destroying a village, so they look like the bad guys, and then you see like this young kid who then decides to rise up against them, and he then joins the Empire thinking he's part of the good cause, and do a story that way,
and that kid grows up to be Finn.
Well, why not? I mean, that wouldn't be the Empire. That
wouldn't be the Empire. It'd be the First Order.
But
although again, was it the Empire when he joined? Did it become the First Order? Was it not? Did it not become the First Order when he grew up? Maybe.
Might have been. Well, I mean, so I would say, I'm literally coming up to the end of the third book of the Aftermath trilogy.
Yes,
which I would highly recommend if anyone is interested in getting into Star Wars.
Sure.
Really great trilogy of books, and it basically is set kind of around the time of the Mandalorian. So after Return of the Jedi, where you've got it's basically about the end of the Empire, basically. And I won't sort of go into spoilers or anything, but sort of General Hux is in it when he's like a little kid, and it's sort of his dad and stuff.
Cool.
And it's kind of, I guess, how they're gonna, I'm literally sort of 3/4 of the way through Empire's End, which is the third book.
Wicked.
Solid book. I would fucking love it if they adapted that into a film or a TV series or something, because there's so many great characters in those books.
Well, why don't they do that? Why don't they adapt one of the books into a film or a show? Well, not a show as such. A film would be more ideal.
Because that would make an incredible trilogy. And I know there's a bit of a thing between Disney and Chuck Wendig, who's the author of those books. There's sort of some issues, because he basically created Cobb Vanth.
Okay, yep.
So when they used him in The Mandalorian, I think there were some issues there. But, if they can kind of get past that and sort that out, then, I would love to see those books adapted. I think they would just, make perfect fucking Star Wars, story. Well, they are perfect Star Wars stories, so I'd love to see those in live action. I'd love to see Mr. Bones in action.
I thought you were going to say Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
That'd be great.
Mr. Burns in live action would be fucking creepy as well. But now Mr. Bones, so he's basically he's a good, a bit like K2SO, where he's this he's this repurposed galactic droid, battle droids.
Yeah.
But he's got kind of spikes and but he's basically sort of, they've repurposed him. And he's kind of got bones and shit over him. And he's hilarious. There's some great characters in this as well.
Yeah.
There's a character called Sinja, who's this sort of ex-Empire sort of torture. He's basically the guy that they bring in to interrogate rebels, and he's this sort of nasty bastard. But he's just turned out to be this. He kind of joins the rebels.
Yeah.
And I say it's not really a spoiler for the books. So this all happens in the first book, but kind of early on. But he's just so funny, sarcastic and dry, and there's some really great characters in there. And I say you've got Han Solo and Chewie and that. So there's lots of
lots of stories they could tell. There's a book called Lords of the Sith, I think it's called, which is basically just about Vader's first kind of first task, one of his first tasks as Vader.
Right.
And it's just incredible.
Yeah.
It's like him going on a mission with Palpatine, ripping ships out of the sky, and just going on missions. That would be, I've said it before, but give me a Star Wars Rogue One type story, but for Vader, his own origin film.
Oh yeah, I would love to see a Vader Year One type thing.
Yeah.
Something, that'd be cool.
Give me some Vader films.
Yeah,
Vader goes to school. That kind of that kind of adventure.
I know that's probably a kind of a boring. A lot of Star Wars fans are probably we don't need more Vader. I totally get that, but at the same time,
there's more.
We'd all fucking watch it. Let's be honest. We'd all be excited for it. We'd all watch it if it's done well. We'd all be jumping up and down. Singing Disney's praises. So
I wasn't the biggest fan of Obi-Wan, but all the Vader stuff in that show is top tier.
Yeah,
Vader.
100%. That's fucking brilliant. And Hayden Christensen, I'm so glad he's getting
the love that he deserves.
The love that he deserves now. And he's well up for doing basically anything.
Yeah.
Anytime they want to bring Vader back, he's fucking well up for
it.
He's
down for it. So
just do it.
I just need more Vader, I think. Another character I'd quite like to see them explore, maybe in one of the animated shows, just as a Tales of the Jedi type thing. I can never remember his name, but he's the bounty hunter. He's in Rebels. He's quite cheeky. I think he's a bounty hunter. He's the one in. I think he's in Clone Wars as well. He's like a pirate, space pirate. In Rebels.
I know who you mean.
I can't think of his name.
No, I can't remember. Oh, so Hondo.
Hondo, that's the fella, yeah.
Yeah.
I love his kind of story in Rebels, and I'd love to just see, even just like a little adventure about him, just like a couple of episodes about him just doing something.
Yeah, like, again, they brought...
really fun,
well, why not? They brought in Cad Bane into live action.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah, I can... Hondo would be a great character to bring in as well.
I'd just love to see his little adventures and what he gets up to.
Yeah.
It could be really fun.
Oh, let me pick him up. So if you can hear any purring, by the way, that's
why I keep giggling, by the way.
Yeah, that's one of my cats, Billy, has just wandered in, and I think he just wants to be a part of the show. So
we're just going to bring him in. Do you want to pick him up? So this is our third member of the podcast, Billy. Do you want to say hello, Billy? Meow meow.
A little purr nose, sniffing
the mic.
He
stopped. He's.
Of course, anyone with cats knows as soon as you
pick them up
to do what they're doing in front of a camera, then but yeah, there's again, overall I'm really excited for Star Wars, like where they're going. I just hope that we can just kind of get past this little kind of rut that we're
awkward phase we're in, I think.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, like, and we've got D23 coming up soon as well.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, we might actually get something for that, mightn't we?
Yeah, so I hope we get some really cool announcements and just some updates on upcoming projects.
The Rey film might even get a title for it.
Yeah, like nice. I'd love to see it get a title for
unless it just is called the Rey film.
The Rey film, yeah.
Star Wars, the Rey film.
Yeah, starring Rey.
Yeah, that'd be
and then
we'll get some casting on that. Actually, to be fair,
yeah,
possibly
maybe some updates on that, and then I guess the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as well.
Yes,
because of course all these shows are kind of that's where they're gonna. That is like their sort of Avengers sort of team up movie, isn't it? So
is the Dave Filoni film is the Grogu Mandalorian film, isn't it? I think is that separate?
I don't know. Isn't John Favreau doing that?
I think. Oh, he is. Yeah. So there's a separate.
There's a separate Dave Filoni film. Let's be honest. That's gonna be an Ahsoka film, isn't it?
Probably will be. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not hating on Ahsoka by the way.
Love Ahsoka.
I love Ahsoka. It's just Dave Filoni.
There's an oversaturation of her.
I know he created the character, but doesn't mean you have to put her in everything.
Yeah.
Especially this, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. That's kind of again. I just personally. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't really get into that version of the character.
I would say her version feels different to how she is in Clone Wars and Rebels, and I get that she's an older version. She's different. She's seen more. She's lost Anakin, but at the same time,
she's seen more. Just singing the Principal Skinner.
Yeah, we're loving the Simpsons references.
Yeah, I know.
Like she's just not.
It's just I don't know if
there's
it's
just a weird. There's a difference.
I'm not really feeling it, to be totally honest.
But no, I mean, look, I think overall, I think there are very exciting times coming for Star Wars. I love the idea that we're actually just getting films again, to be honest, because I think after Rise of Skywalker there was a chat about like the shows being like the main things. I'm glad that we're just getting Star Wars back on the big screen, where it belongs.
Yeah, that's it. And
and in different stories as well. They're not telling stories we've seen before. They're telling different stories in different parts of the galaxy, in different eras of the galaxy.
That's it.
Which
You're
I
just
love.
expanding the lore and the universe, and that's
that's what I love.
Yeah, that's what we want, and that's very exciting. And I think that brings us to a natural conclusion as well.
I think it does. Yeah, and hopefully we'll get some stuff at D23 later this week.
Which is it this week?
I think it's like the 8th or the 9th of August.
Okay, cool. All right. Well,
I want to say
we'll definitely be chatting more about that. Like
Absolutely.
Once those announcements come out, we'll be kind of dissecting those and all that. Good stuff. Yeah, all that shebang. But I just want to say thank you so much for checking the video out. Whether you're doing your washing up or your ironing or, just chilling out. Thank you for sharing some time with us and listening to us waffle on.
If you're emptying the washing machine, don't forget about that last sock.
It's always
there's always one stuck somewhere.
Maybe just spin
give it a spin.
It'll fall down.
It'll fall down. Don't you worry.
Sometimes they
get stuck. Yeah. Bloody things.
But yeah, as always, I've been Tom.
I've been Harry.
Thank you for watching, and until next time,
see ya.
Bye.